Guys, what's good? It's your boy Phil. Still a little sick, still not in full health, but when I do get back in full health, I'll be shitting out videos like I normally do. Hey, I'm almost at 1,000 subs. That's pretty sick. I can't wait to get that community tab back and just spam. Oh, I miss that tab. I miss that community tab a lot. I really do. But when that happens, that'll be fun. Can't wait for that. But today we're talking about Shumatsu no Valkyrie, Record of Ragnarok. The anime's a ways away, but we had a fire chapter, what, a week ago? Some shit like that, a little while ago. And it got me thinking a little bit. I touched upon this idea a little bit at the end of my last video. And you know, this is something that's been brewing in my head the past week, and something I think that could definitely happen. I don't know how long this video will be, but I will discuss this idea, this theory, this hypothesis I have in my head in great detail. But basically, right, I have a feeling that we might see a draw in this fight. We might see a draw. I don't know. It's just something, I got this feeling with that flashback chapter we got, and knowing the lore, the historical significance, the religion of Buddhism and Buddha, that we might see a draw here. And I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't know how that would affect the I don't know how that would affect the story as a whole, the whole Ragnarok tournament as a whole. It would fuck it up even more so than it already is, since we had an extra fight with Buddha versus Zero. So I don't know. It's gonna mess some shit up. But hey, who better to mess some shit up than our wild boy Buddha in this series, man? So I think this is something that could definitely happen, a draw, and what could possibly happen from this. That's what we're going to talk about today. So, guys, without further ado, Shumatsu no Valkyrie, will there be a draw in round 6? I don't know, let's do this shit. Maybe draw is the wrong word, actually. Maybe, like, stalemate is the better word, I don't know. But anyways, last chapter of Record of Ragnarok, we had Zero's flashback, right? We had his flashback, it was nice, Kid Zero, good vibes. He's over here saving people and shit, doing his thing, performing miracles and all that shit. Life is good. But then things don't go so well for the boy Zero. He's getting taken advantage of, all that shit, and he doesn't even know it. And then lo and behold, the boy Buddha comes through, and he's curing people left and right and shit. He's got this mob behind him, all these people following him and shit. And Zero's like, hey, why? This dude's a human. He's not even a god. He's a human. What gives? What is going on here? And yeah, that hurt the pride a little bit of that boy Zero. And then that spawns his weird, chaotic morph he goes through. And yeah, that's how Zero spawns. So that was a cool backstory. Very important for two reasons. One, because it's just his backstory, and that's cool. You always get the backstory chapter. And I'm assuming at some point, even though Buddha was included in this chapter, we're going to get the Buddha backstory at some point. So look forward to that. But another reason it's very important, and something I was a little surprised about, is it intertwines these two people's story, right? It intertwines their backgrounds, so now we know that Zero and Buddha, these guys linked up in the past, right? So that's kind of cool. I love that shit. I thought that was a great connection in that chapter. That was good stuff, even though Buddha doesn't even remember, dude. Or maybe he's just trolling. I don't know, but that was good stuff. That was a good chapter. I was very happy about that. I think next chapter, if we don't get the Buddha backstory, it's probably going to be a combat chapter, which is going to be sick. I know a lot of people are going to love that, which we should be getting in like a week or two. So look forward to that. That's going to be sick. But why do I think it's going to be a draw, right? Why do I think it's going to be a draw? I've been so gung-ho about Buddha's going to kick his ass and he's going to take the dub on this fight. Or I also threw out the video about Zero on how he could potentially win, how you shouldn't sleep on the boy Zero. Why do I think there can potentially be a stalemate? Well, there's a couple reasons. This is one of those matchups, right? And you know, in series and anime and all that stuff, where it's like a battle of ideologies, right? You have Buddha, who stands for the humans. Obviously, he stands for the humans. He stands for enlightenment, peace, all that stuff, right? And then you have Zero, who prior to his, enragement, well, you know, he stands for that now, obviously, and plus he stands for the gods and the god's superiority over humanity. That's something that was very important that we interpreted last chapter. So that's kind of the battle, the conflict that we have in this matchup. So I would find it really interesting if Buddha, who again is the pinnacle of enlightenment and all that stuff, I'd find it really interesting if this dude can enlighten my boy Zero. I could see my boy Buddha turning Zero back to the previous version of Zero. That's something I could totally see happening. I could totally see that shit happening. Now, that would technically count, I guess, for a win in Buddha's favor, which, you know, I'll be real with you. I do think Buddha is going to end up progressing to the next round. But do I think Zero has to die? No, I don't. I think we could definitely see something like that happen, where Buddha does use Talk No Jutsu and turn my boy Zero back to the previous version of Zero. I definitely think that's something we could see happen. Or, I don't know, separate the 7 lucky gods and turn them back into the 7 lucky gods. That's something I can see happen based off Buddha and Zero to an extent characters. That's something I can see happen. I don't know. It sounds logical in my head. I do think we're going to get combat. Don't get me wrong. I think we're going to see some sick combat from both Buddha and from Zero. I mean, we've already seen some cool shit from both of them. But at the end of the day, something like that, something like Buddha sparing Zero, sparing his life, I think could happen, man. For sure. I don't think Zero has to die in this fight. Not at all. Or better yet, again, using Talk No Jutsu, Buddha, right? Using it on Zero. What if he turns his mindset around and says, hey, all right, maybe the gods don't have to be superior over the humans and all that shit. Maybe he uses logic on his ass. I don't know. That's something I could see happening for sure. So there's a lot of possibilities. I do think Buddha moves on to the next round because he's a primary character. He really is. But does Zero have to die? No, I don't think he does. So that's one of my main reasons for sure. And if you just look at the god list, right? Just look at the god list. You have Thor, Zeus, Poseidon, Hercules, Shiva. You have Loki on his way, Apollo, Susanoo, Anubis, Odin, Beelzebub. None of these gods are like healers, bro. None of them. I don't think any of these guys in their lore are healers or philosophers or anything like that. Wise men. I don't think any of them are. I mean, in the humanity side, sure, you have like Nostradamus, Rasputin, people like that, but Tesla, but none of them are at that level of Buddha, right? So I think it'd be very, you know, thematic, right? That's a good word, yeah. It'd be very thematic of Buddha to be the first and maybe the only god to lay mercy on his opponent and, I don't know, convert them, bro. Enlighten them. Again, I'm going to use that word because it's good. It's a good word. I think it just makes sense. I don't know. It just makes sense to me, man. Like, why not have a draw? Why not spare Zero? I think whoever lost their fight, they died, bro. Right? All these people died. Yeah. Yeah, they all died. Is there a rule in Ragnarok that you have to die? No, I think it is a battle of the death, actually. Yeah. Damn, yeah, I think it is a battle of the death. Well, okay, how about you exercise Zero, right? Exercise this dude so he pops up in the 7 lucky gods. Boom! He's technically dead. Yeah, I think we could see this, man. I think this will technically be a stalemate, but it'll technically also be Buddha winning. So my video has been debunked by myself. I don't know, man. I don't know. Just keep this idea in the back of your mind as we go about round 6, because I think this would definitely suit both the characters. And now that we know a little bit, maybe we'll learn more about Zero's backstory. I don't know, but now that we know a little bit about Zero's backstory, the connection they had in the past, I think it's possible my boy Buddha can somehow heal Zero and end this fight in a stalemate. Now, how would this affect the tournament as a whole in the future? I have no idea. I think we're already going to have a surplus of rounds in the future anyways, but it's going to be cool, man. It's going to be really cool. Guys, that's about it. That's about the end of the video. I'm starting to lose my voice even more. So, I'll cut it off there. Guys, let me know down below, though. What do you think about this idea? What do you think about this theory? Can we see Buddha and Zero draw? Straight up, stalemate. Can we see that? Or is Buddha somehow going to get handed the dub, even if this stalemate does happen? Because I don't think Zero has to die, man. I don't think he does. I don't think he does. But we'll see. We'll find out. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.